What's up, everybody? So I got a really good question here from my man Jack, and it says, do you have any guidance on a good goal to shoot for? I was considering either a concrete body fat goal or something like keep my diet perfect for these 3 weeks. So the issue with the issue with let's start with this, keep my diet perfect for 3 weeks is how are we going to measure that? How will we know whether you kept it perfect or not? And when you have something like that you're shooting for, it's almost impossible to obtain it because we don't know what obtaining it even means. So I like the mindset, I like where you're going, I like the fact you're even setting something to shoot for because we know we have a 42% greater chance if we do. The other goal that you wrote was a body fat goal, and that can be really good. You could track it, it's easy to understand. The question is, what do we shoot for? Right? And the most important aspect, and I just want to make this clear, the most important aspect of goals for a challenge like this is in general that it excites you. So the question is losing a certain percentage of body fat going to excite you? And it may not. And like a lot of people will talk about SMART goals. You got to have SMART goals. And I'm not totally against SMART goals. I think they're good for formatting purposes. For example, like I'm gonna eat perfect for 3 weeks. It's not really good formatting, right? So it's good for formatting, but it's terrible for engagement. It's terrible for exciting yourself. If you're not excited about what you're shooting for, you're not gonna be able to break through all of the barriers that you're gonna have to face, the self-doubt, the negativity of other people, the having to not hit the snooze button, for example, like all of these, having to fight through traffic, having to go to the gym when you really don't want to, having to eat food when you're craving Doritos, right? Like these are challenging things. And if it doesn't excite you, you're not going to be able to do it. So number one, you got to have one big goal. And I know it's only 21 days, so it can't be insane, but one big thing that you want to achieve. Then you need to have sub-weekly and sub-daily goals. So for example, Jack, if you said you wanted to hit a solid body fat percentage, and everybody's different, right? Like if you're way overweight, you're going to be able to lose much more weight, much more body fat, right? If you're not as overweight, it's going to be less. So, it's somewhat of a little bit of a guessing game. But that's why you have to communicate with your coaches. That's why you need to post in Relentless University so that we can say, hey, here was your body fat percentage, here was your weight, here's a good number to shoot for in the 3-week period. Post about it, ask. That's what we're here to do. If you say, hey, I want to lose, this is a pretty good standard to go by, which is if you're shooting for 2 pounds a week, that's a really good number and a standard to go by. Even if you are way overweight, if you're trying to lose 10 pounds, that's a really good standard to go by. Body fat percentage is better. And the reason being is because you're going to be working out, lifting weights, and you're probably going to put on some muscle. So you might be like, oh, but I gained weight. So that's why we're more fans of pictures and body fat percentage versus just weight. All right, so let's talk about an example here. So I want to lose let's say 4% body fat or 5% body fat. Last one, we had someone that lost 8% body fat. It's a big number. That's eating really good. That's doing all the things, right? So you would say something like, so here would be your weekly goals. I'm going to work out in the gym, high intensity, 3 days per week. And the other 2 other days per week, I'm going to walk 2 miles. Or you have a Fitbit and you're going to walk a certain amount of steps every day. Or that's, I like the weekly as like it could be 2 for the week, or you're going to do something the other 3 days of the week, but something active. I know I saw Crystal, she's going on a 10-mile bike ride, right? So a certain number of days per week, right? So that's your weekly goals. Then your daily goals can be things like, I'm going to drink 2 big, well, this isn't that big, but 2 big waters per day. And I'm going to eat 5 meals per day at XYZ amount of calories. Or I'm going to go to bed every day at 10 p.m. and wake up at 6 a.m. without hitting snooze. That's the key. I'm going to do it without hitting snooze. And here's what's magical, guys. Here's what's magical and so important about these 21-day challenges is that that's how long it takes to create a habit, right? So you're not going to lose 100 pounds in 21 days. You're not going to lose 20% body fat in 21 days. But what you can do during this time is create the habits to create a lifestyle that will allow you to have more energy, to be more confident, to achieve the things you want to achieve in the gym and achieve the things you want to achieve outside of the gym, right? So it's going to be challenging the first 21 days. There's no way around it. Like, it is going to be challenging, especially if you have a ton of terrible habits where you hit snooze all the time, where you don't drink enough water, where you don't get a lot of sleep, where you don't do any type of physical activity, where you don't do any high intensity physical activity, where you don't do any personal development stuff for your mind, for your mental toughness. Like, it's going to be very challenging. But over the next 21 days, this is about you breaking through all of those bad habits and creating good habits and a good lifestyle so you can live the life you want to live. So you can achieve the things you want to achieve in the gym, the things you want to achieve in your career, in your business, in your relationships. But creating those habits, that is what the 21-day challenge is all about. And that's why it's so magical. That's why it's so magical. And it's not like, hey, we're going to be doing this for 8 weeks, 6 weeks, 30 days, 21 days to create the habits and the lifestyle. So you don't have to think about dieting. You don't have to think about dieting. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Fight through the bad habits. And look, at the end of the day, 1%. Are you 1% better today than yesterday? The power of exponential growth over a period of time of just improving 1% is how you create a lifestyle, and not just do a fad diet or, oh, I'm going to do this fad diet. And then, 30 days later, you gain all the weight right back because you can't stick to it because you have to eat like grilled chicken and quinoa every day, all day, and like it's not realistic, right? So the habits you're creating right now must be realistic. And although you're setting this goal and you're going to look at it all the time, don't worry so much about the end result. It's important. Win the challenge. Yes. Compete. Compete against other people. Compete against yourself. 100%. But don't worry about the end result. Worry about, are you 1% better than where you were yesterday? And all the other stuff, the challenge, the winners, that will take care of itself. The coins, the badges, that will take care of itself. Another weekly goal will be, I'm going to complete 1 course per week. Like, everything will take care of itself if you just concentrate on being 1% better than who you were yesterday, and you concentrate on the habits that you're forming right now to create a lifestyle so you can live the life you want to live. And when you do that, man, after these 21 days, you're going to feel like a brand new person that could tackle the world, that could tackle any challenges that come your way, because it's not just in the gym, it's in life.